The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, text number 36, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 5th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
Tei darshaniya avayavai rudara vilasa hasek titamama suktai hitatmana hita pranam bhakti anikchato me gatimanning pajante. Sri Vigraha Darshanam. This temple is situated to give people the facility as it is described here. Trai darshaniya abhayavai rudara. We have to see the deity beginning from the lotus feet, not jumping over the smiling face. That is the way. First of all, you try to see, and when you have practiced, try to see the lotus feet of Krishna. And when you have practiced to this habit, even after visiting the temple, if you go home, if you have practiced to see the lotus feet of Krishna, that is meditation. So, darshaniya avayavai, different limbs. First of all, feet, then the thighs, then the belt, then the chest, then you reach the smiling face. Krishna and Krishna's form, if you meditate on Krishna's form, that is Krishna. So we associate with Krishna. His smiling face, his flute, his hand, his dress, his concert, Srimati Radharani, or any other gopis surrounded by. In this way, practice this habit of observing the Supreme Lord. Therefore he has appeared, Archa Vigraha, so that we can see him. In our present eyes, even Krishna comes, but we have no eyes to see. Therefore for the Kanishtadhikari, there are three kinds of devotees. Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari means first class, most advanced. And Madhyamadhikari means in the middle stage, not very advanced, not very lower. And Kanishtadhikari, just the neophyte, beginning. So, for the beginners, it is recommended that you see the deity daily or always, beginning from the lotus feet, as you have practiced, then go up to the smiling face. And here also, Srimad Bhagavatam, simply if you try to see and if you don't hear, then it will not stay very much. Therefore, we see practically in many temples, because there is no discussion about Krishna, simply deity is there, people go for some time, then gradually, especially those who are educated, so-called educated, they do not feel very much interested. And it has actually happened so. Many temples, they are not visited even by the devotees, because there must be also hearing about. Two things must go on. The deity must be worshipped. This is called Pancharatriki Vidhi. And to hear about the Supreme from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or Vedic literature, that is called Bhagavat Vidhi. So the Pancharatriki Vidhi and Bhagavad Vidhi must go parallel. Then even one is a neophyte, gradually he will come to the intermediate stage between the neophyte stage and to the advanced stage. And of course, it is very difficult to find out one in very advanced stage, but there are many advanced stages. At least the spiritual master is supposed to be in the advanced stage, but for preaching purpose he come down in the intermediate stage for preaching one. Because the advanced stage, there is no discrimination that here is a devotee and here is a non-devotee. Because advanced devotee sees that everyone is devotee except himself. The advanced devotee sees that he is not a devotee, but all others are devotees. This is advanced. But in the Kanistadhikari, in the neophyte stage, they simply concentrate on the deity. Archayam evam haraye jat pujam saddhaya yate. That is required in the beginning. According to the prescribed duties, as they are mentioned in the scriptures, one must take care of the deity. But unless a little farther advanced, he does not know who is a devotee and what is his function with others. In the Madhyamadikar, when one still further advances, he has got 4 kinds of visions. Ishara tadadhineshu balisheshu dishashu cha prema maitri kripa upekha ja karati sa madhyama. Madhyamadikari is not only interested in deity worship, but he knows who is a devotee and who is innocent and who is Bhagavan. Ishara tadadhineshu balishe. Balish means innocent. There are many innocent men. They do not know what is to be done, who is God. They are innocent. They are not offenders. But there are others who are offenders. Disha. Disha means envious. They are immediately envious as soon as they hear of a devotee of God. They are called envious. Disha. So Madhyamadikari, he knows God, Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan. So he wants to develop his love for Krishna. Abbarthakaram basati namagane sadaruchi. The Madhyamadikari, he wants to see that not a moment is wasted without Krishna consciousness. That is Madhyamadikari. Abbarthakalatam. He is always careful that whether I am this is spoiling the valuable time of my life. That is the first qualification of Madhyamadikari. Abbarthakalatam. Because we have got very short period, living period. We do not know when we shall die. There is no certainty. Foolish people may think that I shall live forever, but that is foolishness. Life is very transient. At any moment we can die. Therefore, those who are advanced devotees, they want to see that I have got very short period of life at my disposal. Therefore, he is very anxious to utilize every moment for advancing in Krishna consciousness. That is one thing. Abbartha kalatam, namagane sadaruchi. And he has got special taste for chanting the Hare Krishna. Namagane sadaruchi. Vasati tat, priti tat vasati sthale. And he is very much anxious to live in such places like Vrindavan, Dwarka, Mathura, where Krishna lived. Tat vasati sthale. Vasati means residential. When Krishna appears on this planet, he lives in Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwarka Dham. So devotee also, advanced devotee, they want to live in the residential places of Krishna. Krishna, God has got his residential places everywhere. That's a fact. Annantarastham paramanu chayantas. He is residing even within the atom. But still, he has got special residential places like Vrindavan, Dwarka, Mathura. So, a devotee is anxious to live in those places. Priti tas vasati sthale, namagane sadaruchi, abbartha kalatam. Their business is to increase love of God. To increase love of God means there is also process. How to increase? Yes, the process is given by Rupa Goswami. Ado sadhya tato sadhu sangha ato bhajana kriya tato anartha nivitti syat tato nishtha tato ruchi tatha shakti tato bhava sadhukanam ayam premno pradubhavi bhavet krama. These are the gradual steps. Saddha. Saddha means faith. Faith is the beginning. Without faith, you cannot make. There is no question of Krishna consciousness. Faith means that faith is created after reading Bhagavad Gita. If you read Bhagavad Gita carefully, and if you actually understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, then the faith will be created. Without reading Bhagavad Gita, there is no question of faith in Krishna. So what is that faith? The Krishna says that sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. So, you give up all other engagements, you just surrender to me, and I shall give you protection. See, if you have got faith, if you believe in the words of Krishna, that is called faith. If you don't believe in the words of Krishna, if we study as a literary thesis and then throw it away, that is not faith. The faith is explained by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He says, Saddha sabde vishya sudhira nishcha. Faith means one who has got firm faith in the words of Krishna. That is called faith. I am reading Bhagavad Gita, but I do not accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or he is a person, as he says in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Matta paratarang nanna kinchijasti dhananya. Matta, when he says, he is a person. So Krishna says that there is no more better personality or better, superior and existence, then myself. Manmana bhavamad bhakta madhyadi mang namastu. He says, me, mamevaja prapadante, mayami tang taranti. Aham sarvasya, aham, me, I. He says everywhere. Therefore, Krishna is person. Krishna is not impersonal. Klesha adhikatarastesha abbhaktya saptachitasa. It is said that one who is impersonalist, he takes more trouble to come to me. He will come later on, but it will take some time. The impersonal feature of understanding of the Supreme Absolute Truth, it is partial understanding. Just like we have explained several times that we have got experience of the sunshine, because sunshine is very easily approached. But that understanding of the sunshine is not real understanding of the sun globe, or sun planet, or the sun god. That is not perfect understanding. It is partial understanding that you can understand the sun globe is full of heat and light. That's all. But how much heat, what is the temperature of heat, how much light is there, and where is the source of heat and light, that is not possible to understand. Everyone will admit this. Simply by saying, because the sunshine is entering your room from the window, that does not mean you know everything of the sun. Similarly, this impersonal understanding of the Absolute Truth is like that. That's like sunshine is impersonal. But the sun god is person. If sun god is not person, how Krishna says, Imam vivassati jugam praktava naham abhayam. This Bhagavad Gita, he says to Arjuna, that this Bhagavad Gita, science of Bhagavad Gita, or this yoga system, bhakti yoga system, I spoke to sun god. Exactly like that I am speaking to you. So Arjuna is person and Krishna is person. Therefore, in the sun planet, the predominating deity is a person, is not impersonal. So you cannot understand that person simply by seeing the sunshine. That requires better qualification, how to enter the sun planet, how to see the predominating deity. The impersonalists, they simply conclude that same way as we, foolish person, conclude that the sun planet is simply a fiery substance and there is nothing. No, if there is nothing, if there is no sun god, predominating deity or the president of the sun globe, then how Krishna could speak with him? In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Aham vivassati jugam praktava. Just like we talk, we are talking with you. We are not talking in the sky, vacant. We are talking with persons. These are intelligence, these require intelligence. So, now we can imagine how the sun god can be person. It is a fiery, big fire, substance, and how one can live. This is also foolishness. Because I cannot live in the fire, therefore nobody can live in the fire. That is my foolishness. And my body is not so made. Just like you cannot live in the water. It does not mean that there is no living entity in the water. It requires intelligence. Similarly, if you cannot live in the fire, it does not mean that nobody lives. Yes, there are living entities whose body is so made, just like the fish and other aquatics, they live. Their body is so made. This is intelligence study. Otherwise, if you simply compare with my intelligence, my position, my circumstances, and we conclude all others like that, that is blindness. That is not blindness. So similarly, impersonal realization of God, that is imperfect. Exactly like the understanding of the sunshine is not understanding of the sun globe and the sun globe. Everyone can understand it. It is not very difficult. If you think that because I have seen sunshine, then I have seen everything, I have known everything of the sun. No. You do not know even how big the sun globe is. And when you read books, when you read scientific books, you can understand it is 1400 times bigger than this planet. So ultimately, God is person. He is not impersonal. Impersonal understanding is imperfect, partial understanding. That is, God, Krishna, is Sachidananda Vigraha, Sat-Chit Ananda. So impersonal understanding of Krishna means you understand only the short portion. The two other portions, Chit and Ananda, you do not. You do not. So, if you understand Krishna, then you understand the impersonal Brahma realization and localized Paramatma realization. That is stated in the Veda. Jasmin vijñāte sarvamevam vijñātam bhavanti. If you simply understand Krishna, then you understand the other two features. Because Krishna is Ananda. You see Krishna's feature. He is not thinking, taxing his brain, how to do this, how to do that. No. He's Anandamaya. Anandamaya is playing on his flute, and Radharani is there. He is in ecstatic Ananda. Alladini Shakti. Radha Krishna Pranaya Brikiti Alladini Shakti. It is the transaction of bliss, transcendental bliss. Alladini Shakti. Krishna has got many potencies. Out of that, one potency is Alladini Shakti. Pleasure giving. He is Atmarama. He is full in himself. When he wants to enjoy, he expands himself. His pleasure potency. Radharani is his pleasure potency. And the gopis are expansion of Radha. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitaabhi stabhi eva nija rupa taya kalabhi. Nija rupa. The forms are Krishna's. But Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, just to test the mellow of transcendental bliss, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Pratibhavitaabhi, Stabhijya eva nija rupa taya kala. Goloka eva nivasati akilatma bhuto govindamadi purisam tavam. This is a verse from the Brahma Samhita. So, Krishna is, we are seeing the form of Krishna, that is the ultimate understanding of the absolute truth. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdati Badanti Tat Tattavidas Tatyam Jad Jnanam Adhyam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdati. So Sat-Chit Ananda, the Brahma realization is Sat realization. Paramatma realization is Chit realization. And Bhagavan realization means Ananda realization. Sat Chit Ananda. And in the Vedanta Sutra it is said that the absolute truth is Anandamaya Abhyasa. Anandamaya. He is always Anandamaya. You read Krishna's Lila, is always full of transcendental bliss, especially in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, that is his original residence. There simply Ananda. Krishna is playing with his cowherds, boys, friends. Krishna is dancing with the gopis. Krishna is stealing Mother Jashoda's butter. Krishna is doing so. All Ananda, transcendental bliss. So, here it is stated that if you begin your devotional service as it is prescribed, simply see the deity. Then gradually realize how Krishna is smiling, how Krishna is playing on his flute, how Krishna is enjoying the company of Srimati Radharani. We have to see simply by seeing. And if you hear about Krishna, just you are hearing now, these two processes will increase in such a way that one time anichchato me gatim anning prajunte, you automatically become a great devotee. Simply if you come to this temple or any temple where deity is very nicely worshipped, these are all scientific, it is not imagination. Just like people think that they are worshipping idol and imagining something. No, they are stated in this. All Shastras, it is the prescribed method for developing your God consciousness or Krishna consciousness.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, text number 37, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 6, 1974, in Bombay, India.
Aso vibhuting mama maya vinastya maisajya mashtanga manupravitam sriyam bhagavatim vas priyanti bhadra parasya me te asnu bhatetu loke. A pure devotee, as it is instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how to keep the position of pure devotee. There are many explanations. Rupa Goswami has also given the same idea in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Narad Muni, he has given the same idea in the Narad Pancharatra, and Bhagavan Sri Krishna has also given the same idea in the Bhagavad Gita. From all Vedic scripture, it is understood that a pure devotee, he does not want anything from the Lord. Does not want. Even he does not want liberation. What to speak of the material things. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. The material position is one wants to become religious. Dharma. Why? Now he can get material opulence. Why material opulences? Now because he can gratify his senses, calm. And when he is frustrated, then he wants moksha. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Generally, people are very much attached. Those who are human, not the cats and dogs, they do not know anything. But those who are elevated in the living condition, they want to become religious or economically very prosperous, dharma, artha, and good facilities for sense enjoyment. And then, after enjoying all these things, either by frustration or by further development, they want mukti. But a devotee does not want any of these things. Any of these things. He is not at all interested. Just like Bilamangal Thakur the other day, I told you this story. He says that mukti mukulintanjali sevati yasma. My Lord, if I am fixed up in devotional service, then what to speak of mukti? Mukti is just like I made sermon. She is standing on door. What can I do for you? Mukti mukulita anjali. Anjali, just like folded hands. Sir, what can I do for you? That is the position. This is why a devotee shall want mukti. No. He doesn't want anything. Simply he wants to serve Krishna. That's all. He wants this facility. No other thing. Chaitanya Mahapurush, that is Chaitanya Mahapurush level. Na dhanang na janang na sundaring kavitang va jagadisha kama. Mamo janmani janmani share bhavatad bhakti rahoitu ki tai. Tai unto you, let there be my devotion ahoitu ki, without any motive. Everyone has got some motive. People become dharmic, go to the temples. That's very good. They are pious to ask something. Oh God, give us our daily bread. Bhakta, pure bhakta, he does not ask anything. Why he should ask? A pure devotee is kept in the hand of Krishna. Just like if you keep something very carefully, jewel in your hand, you are very careful. Similarly, when Krishna takes care of you, as he says, aham tva sarvapapi bham mokhosham, then you are just at the care of. Just like a big man, a very rich man, if he assures you, don't bother, I take care of you for everything. Just imagine what is your position. If a big man gives you assurance that I take care of you, don't bother. You haven't got to do anything, I shall take it. So when Krishna says the Supreme Lord, who is the proprietor of all opulences, Aishajyasya, Samakrasya, Bijyasya, Jasasya, Saraishajya Purna, Aishajya, 6 kinds of opulence. Krishna has got full control over 6 kinds of opulence. All riches. We can say, I am millionaires, I am proprietor of crores. But I cannot say that I am the owner of all the banks of the world. That is not possible. But Krishna can say, Bhoktaram Jagatavasam, Sarvaloka Mahasam. Not only the banks, but everything which contains the bank, all the planets, Sarvaloka Mahasam. So who can be richer than Krishna? So if Krishna says, I take care of you, then where is the question of poverty? That people do not know. They want some opulence, material opulence. But he doesn't want Krishna, the proprietor of all opulence. And that is our misfortune. The proprietor of all opulence, as he says, just surrender to me, I take care of you. No. It is not possible. I shall have to take care of my business, that will maintain me. I will have to take care of my this and that, my country, and my family, and friends. And Krishna says, no, you simply surrender, I will do everything for you. And he assures Arjuna in the 6th, Jangalabdha chaparangalabhanga mannate nadhikam tatha. Just to try to achieve that thing, which achieving, he will be no more aspiring for achieving anything more. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. Just like Arjuna, he did it very conscientiously. Krishna said that this war, your fight is family, I am connected with both the families. So I cannot take part in this war. But they insisted that at least he take some part as you like. Then he said that I divide myself into 2. So one side all my soldiers, 18 Akhoini soldiers, and one side I am alone. Now you select which one you want. The Duryodhana thought that what shall I do with Krishna? He is one man. Let me take his soldiers. So he took all the soldiers. And Arjuna said, no, Krishna, I want you. The Krishna said, no, I will not fight. No, you simply remain in my side. All right, I shall become your chariot driver. That's all. So, this is intelligence. You just capture Krishna. And Krishna, how he can be captured? Krishna can be captured by your bhakti. Otherwise he is very, very fatty. He cannot capture. It's not possible. Ajita. If anyone wants to conquer over Krishna, that is not possible. That is, therefore Krishna's name is Ajita. Nobody can conquer. You find from the history Mahabharata. Mahabharata means the greater history of India. Maha means greater. As if like greater Bombay. Similarly, Mahabharata means greater Bharat. Don't think of this Bharat. 3-bit Bharat. No. The whole planet was Bharatvarsha. That is called Mahabharata. Greater Bharat. Everyone was being controlled by the emperor in Hastinapur, the Pandavas. So in that history, you find Krishna has so many dealings in Mahabharata, but he was never conquered by anyone. Therefore, his name is Ajita. But you can conquer over this Ajita. Ajitopi jitopasi taistilokhyam. By whom? Sthane sthita sutigatam tanuvam manohi. Namrtam. Namantaiva. This is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that don't try foolishly to speculate about God. Stop this foolishness. There is same example. The frog in the well is thinking of the Atlantic Ocean. He has never seen Atlantic Ocean. He is speculating. Some friend told him, my dear friend, frog in the well, I have seen a vast mass of water. What is that? The Atlantic Ocean. What is that Atlantic Ocean? Very great mass of water. Oh, bigger than this well? Maybe 4 feet or 10 feet. In this way, if you speculate, you never understand what is God. If you want to understand God, then try to understand from God Himself. He knows. Literally, if you speculate of a big man, a neighbor, a friend, what is his wealth? Oh, he appears to be a very rich man and very strong man, very influential man. And these are the opulences. Very beautiful, very wise. So you can calculate. But if you make friendship with that gentleman, and if he speaks about himself, then you can understand what he is. Then how you can understand God, Krishna, by speculation? This is foolishness. Therefore, Shastra advises you that jnanam jnane prayasam udapasya. If you think that you are a very learned scholar, you are very advanced in knowledge, and you can manufacture what is God, give up this foolishness. First time. Don't make this foolishness. Jnane prayasam. Oh, what is your knowledge? Limited. Kupamandu, the frog in the well. How you can imagine? Simply by imagination. Is imagination God? Can you create? The Mayavadi said that we can imagine God. God, it is so great that it is not possible to understand the Brahma, but we can imagine some form. This is Mayavadi philosophy. This imagination will not. You cannot imagine God. God is fact. God is not subjected to your imagination. And your senses are imperfect. How long you will simply speculate? Give up this practice foolishly. Don't. Jnana prayasam mudapasa, no, just become submissive. Jnana prayasam mudapasa, namantaiva, be submissive. That is bhakti marga. Bhakti marga is submissive. Therefore Krishna says, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja, saranam braja. Be submissive, rascal, you are manufacturing so much, so many things. Give up this practice. Just surrender. This is what. If you do that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises, this is spoken by him, then sthane sthita sutigatang, if you become very, very humble and submissive, and pray to Krishna sincerely, Krishna, it is not possible for me to know you. If you kindly, please explain, how can I know you? Then it is possible. If you please, if you become, if you think I shall be able to understand you, just as Arjuna said, that Krishna, it is not possible to understand, but if you kindly think that I am fit to understand about your vibhuti, please tell me. This is submission. And Krishna explained about his vibhuti. Then he concluded, Athava bahunaitena kingyatena tavarjuna vishtabba idam yaham krishnam ekangsina stituja. How long I shall go on speaking about myself? Simply summarize. What is that? That simply by one part of my opulence is maintaining the whole cosmic manifestation. Ekangsina stituja. Only one little portion of my opulence. You just understand. Otherwise how much? So little or there are innumerable universes. Atva bhaunaitin kinyatina tavarjuna. Ekangsina sthito jagat. Jagat means this universe. There is not one universe. We are only seeing one universe. There are millions of universes. Altogether, that is called jagat. Gacchati iti jagat. The ekangsina sthita. This is also confirmed in many other Vedic literature. Jasyaika nishyasata kalamathavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanatha Vishnu mahan sahyajasya kalaviseshu govindamadipulisam tamam. Brahma Samhita means the prayers offered by Lord Brahma. This is accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brahma Samhita was not available by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was touring in South India. So he collected one Brahma Samhita, handwritten in the palm leaves, and he copied it. Formerly there was no press. These important shastras, Vedic literature, were kept in handwriting. I copy from your book, my other friend copies from my book in this way. Those were interested. The literatures were not so cheap. Only highly qualified Brahmins, they used to keep handwritten, and it was worshipped in the temple as deity, shastra. Not that it is available everywhere it has become. Now press has made it very cheaper. But we should always understand that granthas or the scriptures should be worshipped as God. That is sound incarnation of God. It should not be neglected. Don't neglect Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavad as ordinary books. You must be very careful. So, as you take care of the deities, you should take care of the books also. So this Brahma Samhita was copied by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from one Kesam Mandir in South India, and he gave it to his disciple that here is the summary of Vedanta and Bhagavatam. Therefore we quote from Brahma Samhita. It is authorized. It is authorized by the Supreme Person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that Brahma Samhita, it is said about Krishna in so many ways that here as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, ekamsena sthito jagat, only by one of my portion the whole material creation is resting. In the Brahma Samhita, it is explained in many places. One of the places that jasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanatha. Loma vilaja, the pores on your body. From that pores and from the breathing process, the universes are coming out. Universes are coming out. Jasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanatha. Jagadannanatha means, Jagadanda means universe. In each universe there is a Natha, or the supervisor, or the manager, or the supreme person, just like for management here. Similarly, in each universe there is Lord Brahma. He is the supreme creature, manager. So these managers live only to that period when Mahavishnu excels. When the nishasita kala, it's like we excel and inhale. So when excelling, all these universes are created. And when it is inhaled, they go into the Mahavishnu. They're coming and going. So many universes, and the Brahma, whose duration of life is also described in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra juga parjantam arahajat brahmano vidu. Brahma's duration of life is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra juga. We know yugas, the four yugas make one Dibba Yuga. That Sattva, Treta, Dapar, Kali. Sattva Yuga, 18 lakhs of years duration. And Dapar Yuga, 12 lakhs of years. And Treta Yuga, 8 lakhs of years. And Kali Yuga, 4 lakhs of years. So altogether it comes to 43 lakhs of years. This is Yuga. And multiplied by 1,000. That means 43 lakhs plus 30. How much it comes to? Some crores of years. That is Brahma's 12 hours. Sahasra, if you take Bhagavad Gita, if you believe, if you read Bhagavad Gita as it is, then you can understand. And if you say it is fictitious, something imaginary, that is another. But unless you believe it, you have no authority to touch Bhagavad Gita. That is nonsense. We are creating so many nonsense who do not believe in the Bhagavad Gita, and they become commentator and scholar and so many things. Mula. We are not in favor of this business. We are preaching all over the world that if you read Bhagavad Gita, you read it as it is and accept it as it is. Otherwise, don't create foolish anymore. We have produced many foolish persons by misguiding them, by misinterpreting this Bhagavad Gita. Stop this business.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 25th Chapter, text number 38, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 7th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
Nakarichit maspara shansa rupe, nakhanti no me animisho neri heti, jesamaham priya atma sutascha, sakha guru suhida devam ishtam. So, here is explained that how spiritual life is eternal and without any distraction. Here in the material world, whatever we have, it is destructible. It will be destroyed. Today, one is my son, so tomorrow this son may be destroyed. But if you accept Krishna as your son, he will never be destroyed. That is the difference. Here, whatever opulence we have got, you may have family, friends, sons, daughters, and so many things we possess. We enjoy life in the varieties of representation. Atapriya kshetra sutapta vittai janasya mohoyam ahamameti. Here we aspire after having good apartment, good house, griha, kshetra, possession, property, atat griha kshetra, suta, children, apta, friend, vitta, riches, we possess here. But this possession is illusion. Janasya mohoyam, because it will not stay. This griha, either the griha will be destroyed, or I am the inhabitant, I will be destroyed. There will be separation. Here nothing is permanent. Griha kshetra sutapta vittai. Therefore it is illusion. We do not understand it. We take this permanent, and Krishna not permanent. But that is not the fact. The fact is that Krishna is permanent, but Krishna's material energy is not permanent. Therefore, it is said, Santurupe, my dear mother, na karhichit matpara. Matpara, mat means Bhagavan is speaking, matpara. Whenever, as in the Bhagavad Gita also there are many words, matpara, plural number matpara, the same thing. Here also, Kopinde, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, matpara means my devotees. My devotees who have taken me as his son, friend, lover, master. There are so many rasas, Shantaras, Dasaras, Sakharas, Vatsalaras, Madhuryaras, in so many. Those rasas or melas are represented here in the material world in a temporary way. Here we have got the same rasa. I love my son, I love my friend, I love my husband. There is love. But this is all temporary. But if you transfer this love to Krishna, either as your master or the Supreme, or as friend, or as your son, or as your lover or husband, it will never be destroyed. That is permanent settlement. This is the madness. But the Mayavadis, they cannot understand. They think that in the spiritual world, there is no more such relationship as master, friend, or father and son, or beloved and the lover. There is no such thing. But here in the Shastra you say that that is real life. This is not real life. It is shadow. In the Bhagavad Gita in the 15th chapter it has been described as shadow, urdhamulam adhosaka, asatham prahu abhyam. Asatham, we have got experience of banyan tree. It is very durable. It stands for many, many hundreds of years. Therefore, this material world has been compared with the asatham tree, very durable and very expansive. It goes on increasing. That is very nicely described in the 15th chapter. Then it is called urdhamulam. Urdhamulam means here we have got experience. The tree has got its roots underneath, down. But this material world which is compared with the asatha tree, the root is upside and the branches downside. That means it is shadow. We can experience of this tree, urdhamulam, the root upside and the branches downside. We have got experience where it is. In the shadow, if you stand on the bank of a river or reservoir of water, and if there is any tree by the side of that reservoir water, you will find the shadow, urdhamulam, the root upside and the branches downside. Exactly the same tree, but it is shadow, it has no fact, it is simply shadow. Many places it has been compared with the mileage in the desert. It's like in bright sunshine, in the desert you will find that there is water. So the thirsty animal, they think there is water, they jump over it, and the animal runs after the water, and the water also goes away. Sometimes we have got also experience in bright sunshine on the street, we find exactly a shadow of water, but there is no water. Tejo Barimit Amrisha, in the Bhagavad it is stated, Tejo Barimit Amrisha. Sometimes in the water we see land, and on land we can see water. This is called Marichika or mileage. Similarly, actual life, our life means we are enjoying some rasa, some relationship. I enjoy in the family with my children. There is some rasa. They are calling me father, I am enjoying. Or somebody is calling me a son, I am enjoying. Some woman is calling me husband, I am enjoying. Some woman I am calling wife. Some person I am calling servant, and he is calling me. This relationship we enjoy. But this enjoyment is shadow. This is not real enjoyment. We have no information. This enjoyment can be achieved in the similar way with Krishna. Krishna therefore comes in person just to teach us how you can enjoy with Krishna the same relationship. You can Krishna accept your master as the supreme. You can accept Krishna as your friend. You can accept Krishna as your son, Vatsalya, just like Mother Jasoda. Mother Jasoda and Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva or Devotee, they are all devotees. Nobody can become the father and mother of Krishna, of the Supreme Personality of God. That is not possible. He is the Supreme Father. Aham bija padapita. He is everyone's father. Sarvajoni Shukontiya. Therefore, those who are not Krishna conscious, those who do not know how our relationship can be established with Krishna, they ask that who is the father of Krishna? If Krishna is the father of everyone, then who is the father of Krishna? That is natural question, because we are thinking Krishna like us. But the Shastra says that he is the father of everyone, but nobody is his father. Anadi Adi, Govindam Adi Purusam Tamaham Vajami. Anadi means he has no beginning. Just like we are beginning from our father. Our life begins from our father. The father begets the child, and the birth is the beginning of our life. Similarly, we think that Krishna is also child of Vasudeva and Devotee. Therefore, he has the beginning. But Krishna is not like that. In the Bhagavad it is described about the Krishna's birth. Krishna appeared as Narayan, Chaturbhuj, before Vasudeva and Devaki. But Devaki, because previously her 7 sons were killed by Kamsa, so Devaki immediately prayed to the Lord that this time you have appeared as the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Now immediately Kamsa will kill you. Formerly, while so many sons appeared as human child, they were killed, and Kamsa is searching after killing God, Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Now you have appeared exactly 400 Narayana, immediately will be killed. That is affection. That is called Yogamaya affection. So kindly you appear as ordinary human child. This is the description in the Bhagavatam about Krishna's birth. So he did not appear immediately as a human child. He appeared first of all as the 400 Narayana. Then on the request of the father and mother, he became a child. This picture we have got in our Krishna book. So that is the position of Krishna. Krishna is the father of everyone. That is said in Bhagavad Gita. Sarvo joni shukonteya sambhavanti murtayaja tasang mahad brahma aham mahad brahma tasang mahad brahma joni aham pija pratapita. The material world, the material nature is the mother of living entities. And just like to give birth to a child, there is necessity of father and mother. So Krishna says that I am the bija pradapita. So he is everyone's father. But we may ask, then who is his father? His father is devotee. When he accepts anyone as his father, that father is his devotee. That is said here, that karihichit makvara jishamaham priya atma sutascha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is loved by the devotee as their son, as his son. Sutascha. Somebody loves Krishna as his son. The Vasudeva and Devaki, in their previous life, they underwent severe austerities. After their marriage, they immediately were not anxious to beget child. they went to the forest and began practicing austerity and penances, severe, some hundreds of years. Then Krishna appeared. Then what do you want? Why you are undergoing so much severe? No, we want a son like you. Then we enter into the family life. So Krishna said that where is another Krishna? His God is one. See, if you want a son like me, then I will have to become your son. There is no competitor. God has no competitor. God is one. Eka Brahma, Ditya Nasti. This is it. Krishna therefore says, Mamekam. Mamekam. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam. Krishna is one. But Krishna can expand. That is Krishna. The Mayavadi philosopher says that if Krishna has become everything, then where is Krishna? Krishna is finished. This is Mayavadi philosophy. That is a materialistic idea. Just like you take a big piece of paper and you tear it into small pieces and throw it. Then the paper has no existence. The paper is finished. But Krishna is not like that. Advaita achyute anadi ananta rupa adyam purana purusa navajauvanancha. He has expansion, many thousands, many millions. Just like Krishna says, Ishvara sarva bhutana hrideshe arjuna tishtati. Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. And there are many millions and trillions of hearts. Not only human beings, there are animals, there are trees, plants, aquatics, fishes, so many. Anantaya, sanantaya kalpate. There is no counting of the living entities and so. And Krishna, the Paramatma, Krishna's another feature, he is everywhere. That does not mean the same materialistic idea that if Krishna has entered so many millions of hearts, then where is the existence of Krishna? This is called Mayavad. Nidvishesh. Krishna is finished. No, Krishna is not finished. Krishna still remains. That is Vedic injunction. Purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avashishyati. We read this Vedic mantra, still we think Krishna is finished. Because he has entered so many hearts of living entity, that Krishna is finished. There is no more. That is Nirakarva. But that is not the Vedic version. Vedic version is that not only Krishna's incarnation, but even if Krishna, the full 100% God, if he is distributed, or if he distributes himself in many millions of parts, still he is there, in the same strength. Just like if you take some blood, my energy, out of my body, then after taking some quantity, my body becomes weak, because so much energy is taken out. But the Veda says, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva avashishyati. The balance is Purna. That is Krishna. You take full strength, Krishna is Sarvasajya Purna, Almighty. So you take Almighty, and in millions and millions of units, is still Almighty. That is Krishna. So we have to understand Krishna in that way. And if we can understand Krishna, Janma Karma Chame Dibbam, Jo Janati Tattva. This Tattva you will understand from the Vedic literature. What is Tattva? Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam jad jnanam advayam. So, Krishna is never diminished. There is a little story, very interesting. So, one poor boy, he was student in his school, and the teacher's annual ceremony of father's death would be held. So he requested all his students, what you will give me contribution. Formally the teacher was not taking any salary. But whatever he wanted, the students will bring either from parents' house or by begging. That was the system. The teacher would not charge anything. And Brahmana cannot be charge anything. Generally the Brahmanas were teachers. That is one of the profession of the Brahmana. Everyone must have livelihood. The Brahmana livelihood is pathon pathon. He must become a learned scholar and he will make others also learned scholar. That is Brahmana. Pathon pathon is yajana jaya, dana pratigraha, satkarma. 6 kinds of profession for the Brahmanas. And Kshatriya's profession is to give protection to the citizen and there is some tax. 25%, not more than that. Whatever is income you give 25% to the Kshatriya king. That's all. That includes sales tax, this tax, that tax, so many tax. Income tax, all finished. You give 25%. And if you have no income, no tax. Not like that. Even if you have no income, now last year you gave so much tax, you must give it. Otherwise your property will be sold. Not like that. So that is Kshatriya's income. Similarly, Vaishya's income, Krishi Gauraksha Vanijam, agriculture, cow protection. And if there is excess foodstuff, then he can sell, make trade. And Shudras, they will simply help. So this teacher, the original story, the teacher asked the student, what? Somebody said, I'll contribute this cloth, somebody said rice, somebody said something. Now there was one poor student, he had no means, he was very poor. So when he was asked, so he replied that I cannot say anything without asking my mother. All right, you ask your mother and tell me tomorrow. So he asked, my dear mother, all my classmates has promised the teacher to contribute this, that. So my turn is there, what shall I promise? The mother said, my dear son, now we are so poor, we cannot give anything. But if Krishna gives, he is Dinabandhu, the friend of the poor. So if he gives something to you, you can promise. Oh, where is Krishna? What is his name? Now his name is Dinabandhu, friend of the poor. Where he is? I understand that he is in the forest. So he went to the forest and called, Dinabandhu, brother, where is he? He began to cry. So Krishna came. When a devotee is very much eager to see him, Krishna comes. He is very kind. So why you are asking? My mother, you are Dinabandhu? So this is my condition, sir. What can I promise? So he said that you promise that you will supply jugat, dahi. You will supply dahi. So he was very much satisfied and he came to the teacher that my Dinabandhu brother, Dada, he will supply dahi or jugar, whatever you require. Oh, that's nice, very good. So on the day of ceremony, he went to the forest again and called Dinabandhu Dada, and he gave him a small pot of dahi, jugar, a small pot. He was a child, he did not know, and he brought it to the teacher. Now, This is my contribution. My Dinabandhu brother has given, so you take. There are hundreds and thousands of people will be giving foodstuff and this much dahi. He became very angry. He became angry, he did not care, and the pot fell down, and the jugar also fell down. But after some time, when he came, he saw that although the jugar has fallen down, the pot is full. Then he again dropped it, again it is full. He dropped it, again it is full. Then he could understand that he is spiritual. Purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avasishyate.